Hello, it's Belle. I just got back from the library and I just found the most wonderful book. Well, books. So, I just wanted to share with you my yearly book list. Every year I try to read at least one a month. Some months I do excellent with, some I don't, but it all averages out. So, in no particular order, I'm going to start this book. Actually, let me make some room. This book is one that just seems so intriguing. It's by Elizabeth Gilbert, and it's called City of Girls. Elizabeth Gilbert is the author who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. And that obviously was a fantastic book. So, it just says on the back something short and sweet. You don't have to be a good girl to be a good person. And I'll just read one of the comments on the back. So smart and richly drawn that it does what all the best books do. It sweeps you up. And that was from Entertainment Weekly. I have not started this yet, but I cannot wait to dive into this one. So that's one. Okay. This next one is by Jojo Moyes. I don't actually know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's The Giver of Stars, and this is on Reese Witherspoon's book club list, so I thought I would give it a go. I'll just read a little bit on the back for you. It says, a celebration of love, but also of reading, of knowledge, of female friendship, of the beauty of our most rural corners in our enduring American grit. And that was the Washington Post. So, it does say that it's set in Depression era America, and it's based on a true story, so that's pretty exciting to me. The Giver of Stars. Very excited to dive into that one as well. So this next one is called Complications, a surgeon's notes. It's in script, so I'm pretty sure it says notes. On an imperfect science. So this one, I've read another one of his books. I believe it was called Being Mortal, and it was fantastic. So I am very excited to read this one. Just read a little bit on the back for you. It says, in gripping accounts of true cases, Surgeon Atul Gawande explores the power and the limits of medicine, offering an unflinching view of the scalpel's edge. So I'm very excited. I think this one's going to be extremely intriguing to me. This is book number 3, and like I said, this is in no particular order. so many good ones. It's hard to know which one to dive into first. Okay, this one is called Cognitive Behavior Therapy. And I've actually read this one in January. I dove right into this. This is the first one I read this calendar year. And it is very fascinating. I'm very much into things that improve my life. So it says change your thinking, change your life. And I'll just read the first little paragraph. It says, life isn't easy. Maybe you feel under pressure to be successful, happy, confident, and popular, yet never seem to make progress. Maybe you have panic attacks, depression, or anxiety. Or perhaps your self-esteem is on the floor. Your relationships are suffering and you crumble at the first sign of criticism. Don't despair. Cognitive Behavior Therapy, or CBT, has already helped hundreds of thousands of people repair their self-image and overhaul their careers and relationships. And then it continues. So, I thought I really liked the science aspect, and my only complaint, I guess, about this book is it didn't really go into the science as much as I wanted it to, but very fascinating, and definitely I know they're finding a lot of positive outcomes using this type of therapy to help people. So so I did read this one already. I'll put it, I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just set it on top here. Okay, so this next one is called Thinking Fast and Slow. So I don't even know where to start. I have not read this one yet, but it's been on multiple book lists. So I was really excited to find that there is still a copy at the library. So I don't even know where to start. It's just, and it's funny, one of the other books I was reading referenced this one, so I thought that was cool. But it's talking about, let's see, let me just read a little bit. It takes us on a groundbreaking tour of the mind and explains the two systems that drive the way we think. System 1 is fast, intuitive, and emotional. System 2 is slower, more deliberate, and more logical. And then it, expands into what those systems control, and I'm guessing more. So I think this one, I'm hoping this one sheds some light onto why I think the way I do, why sometimes my emotions can get cranked up. And I hope it just gives me a better understanding of myself and the way I think. Yeah, and other people too, because, relationships, friendships, they take a lot of work and time and energy, and if you understand where that person's coming from, I think you've got a much better shot at making it a successful friendship or relationship. So, anyway, so that is book number 5. Okay, this one is called After the Rain. Gentle reminders for healing, courage, and self-love. On the back it says, after the rain, Truth finds a way to shine through the clouds, reminding us that we're all deserving of healing and that we're worthy of change, that we are built to expand and stretch into our best selves. So that's just beautiful, first of all. So this one is a little bit, when I was glancing through it, it looks like there's some poems and things in here too. Some quotes. May you be brave enough to choose yourself even when others don't. Healing is a soft and slow process. Which is true. So, I think it will be a little bit quicker read than some of the others, but just like it describes gentle reminders for healing, courage, and self-love. Those are really important, especially as this world continues to sometimes be so chaotic and dark. So there's that. Okay. Now this one may turn out to be a little controversial. So I didn't know much about this author. Her name is Hollis. It's Girls Stop Apologizing. And it's kind of a self-help kind of strategy book. And I haven't read it yet, but I read the other one that she wrote. And I found some of it was very helpful and some of it not. But that's kind of how it is for every book I read. You take the bits that are useful. Now, since this book came out, apparently there's been a lot of controversy around her and her husband, ex-husband now, about toxic positivity, and I honestly don't know all the details, and quite frankly, I don't know if I care too much to spend my time finding out the details. That's their lives. But what I do think is some of these lessons are probably still very valid, even if the person has been discredited. And I feel like that's true for anything. People have personal lives and they're messy and they're complicated, and it's so easy for us on the outside to look in and judge other people. But we never really know the whole truth. We don't know what's going on. And that doesn't mean that that whole person needs to be discredited. Just maybe they're still learning. And like I said, I don't really know much about her. And I'm not necessarily defending her. But that's just my vantage point on most people. So, we'll see. We'll see if this is something that I can take some lessons from or not, but it just says on the back, I believe that we can change the world, but first we've got to stop living in fear of being judged for who we are. I agree with that. So, anyways, my gloves have little sticky dots. So that's that one. Are we at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 7 books. Okay, this one is also on Reese Witherspoon's book list. It's called Daisy Jones and the Six. And it says, beautifully layered and complex. Daisy and the band captured my heart, and they're sure to capture yours too. We'll see. I have not read this one. I'm not sure really a whole lot of what it's about, other than what I will read to you. An explosive, dynamite, down and dirty look at a fictional rock band told in an interview style, which I think was really cool. That gives it irresistible surface energy, although the real part of this delicious novel is at its tender beating heart. It's an anthem and a ballad and a marvel. So we'll see. I just think it's fascinating that it's in an interview style. And if you've ever looked at a script of a play, it has this similar appearance. You know, like Tom, colon, and then the line. All of it is just like that. Karen, Graham, Warren, and then just whatever they're saying. So that alone was a bit intriguing to me. I've never read a full novel like that. Okay, I think that makes 7, 8, sorry, 8. Okay, this one I did finish already. This is called Big Little Lies, and they did make it into a show with Nicole Kidman and Reese Witherspoon. She gets a lot of mention today. And yeah, it was a kid book. It's not like a self-help book. It's, you know, a novel. But it is very interesting how they tied everything together, and you're not quite sure some of the pieces, how they're going to fit. I'm trying not to give anything away. I try to buy most of my books if I'm going to purchase them secondhand, so this one definitely has gotten a lot more love than some of the other books. So I've read this one already, so I think that's 2 that I've read out of 8 books right here. Okay. Book 9 is called In 5 Years, and this is a Good Morning America book club book, and I did start it. Here's my sad little bookmark. It's just a piece of paper. So I am 74 pages into this one. I'm about to start chapter 11. And this one's kind of like the last one, a bit of a, like, just escape novel. So, I don't know, I guess this is in Fab Fit Fun Book Club too. I'll just read one of the quotes on this. It says, "In 5 years is a profound tale of unconditional love and anguish, with a touch of the mystical and mysterious." So, anyways, actually, I'll read the little back. So it says, Danny lives her life by the numbers. She is nothing like her lifelong best friend, the wild, whimsical, believe in fate, Bella. She almost has my name. I didn't realize that. Bella. Anyways, Danny's meticulous planning seems to have paid off after she nails the most important job interview of her career and accepts her boyfriend's marriage proposal in one fall swoop, falling asleep completely content. But when she awakens, dun dun dun, she's suddenly in a different apartment with a different ring on her finger and beside a very different man. Danny spends exactly 1 hour, 5 years in the future, before she wakes again in her own home on the brink of midnight. And it's 1 hour that she cannot shake. So, kind of intriguing plot line, I thought. And so far it is intriguing. It's, it's just a good little escape novel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So typically I just try to read 12, one a month, but I have one extra this year, but it's okay. So this one is called The Molecule of More, how a single chemical in your brain drives love, sex, and creativity and will determine the fate of the human race. And I have read this. I just finished it. In fact, actually, is that... Sometimes I just use post-it notes for my bookmarks. Anyway, so this is fascinating. This is one that I'll probably keep and reread every once in a while because there's just so much information in here. It's hard to really process it all in one swoop. So I'm going to reread this one. It's just a lot of information and it's fascinating and kind of revealing of some of my personal quirks. So we'll call it that. But yeah, if you're interested in dopamine, it's not at all what I thought it was. I really thought it was just like the pleasure chemical in your brain, but it's so much more than that. It's a very fascinating read. The Molecule of More. Okay. There's that. Oh, and I think I have one that I didn't bring down here. But it's called The Psychology of Stupidity. It's upstairs. Anyways, this one's called Emotional, How Feelings Shape Our Thinking. It says, a captivating exploration of the science of emotions, beautifully written and full of cutting-edge research. It is a crucial reminder of the power feelings have in our thinking. I have not read this one yet. This is probably going to be the next one I jump into after in 5 years. I tend to like to alternate fiction and nonfiction. To, there's a lot of information in these types of books, and then you just want to kind of blow it off with a indulgent novel, I suppose. So, he also wrote this book called Subliminal, which I'm very excited to look up. I think it's going to be a really good one too, but I got plenty on my list for this year. Okay, and then the last one, which I'm actually pretty shocked that I don't have more than one nutrition book, because nutrition is my absolute favorite hobby other than reading. This one is Good Calories, Bad Calories, and it's by Taubes, and if you know him, you'll understand what I'm talking about here. So it says fat, carbs in the controversial science of diet and health. He has written a number of other books. What makes us fat, I think. Does it say what his other ones are? What makes us fat, I think is what it's called. And then another one, The Case Against Sugar. Yeah, it doesn't say here. This is going to take me a while to get through. First of all, it's this big. Plus, he always dives into quite a bit of like the science, so it takes me a while to read his book, which is why there's only one nutrition book on this year. But I'm very, very excited to read more about nutrition. I mean, food is so amazing. Can you imagine a kitchen full of food and the opportunity to sit down and just eat a bunch of glorious food made from you or for you? I'd like to be a guest in that house. Anyways, thank you for hanging out with me and letting me tell you all about the books I just got from the library. I am so excited. You'll probably find me with a nose stuck in a book for the next, however long it takes me to get through these. But anyways, thank you. And if you ever want to borrow one, let me know, okay?